The trio is back. GVTV, Good Vibes. I'm your boy, RL. And to the right of me, we have the lovely Miss Savvy and my man, Regan, DJ PRS1. I was going to say fellas, I'm sorry. Gentlemen and lady, how are you guys doing?
Well, it's been a while. We're glad to be back on, GVTV. Same crew, new look. If and you guys haven't noticed, this is a new look. I want to, special shout out to our host here, Ramon, for setting all this up for us. Hopefully, this would be the new look going forward. Savvy, how you been?
Fine, fine. I don't know. I said I was a little nervous today. I don't know what's that about.
Yeah, I got butterflies.
Yeah. I guess 'cause
It's been a
we're in-
while.
Yeah, I guess because we're in a new place. I'm used to doing it, do Zoom or whatever we was doing. But I'm gonna have to get used to this, and yeah. But I'm liking it. I got to get through it. But I'm doing good, guys, and I'm glad we back.
Yeah,
I'm happy to see y'all.
I had to put pants on this time. Usually with the
Right,
virtual,
that's it.
I had no pants on.
Right. I always just have the upper part, and whatever was going on downstairs, it was whatever was going on downstairs.
That's what my imagination is for. You understand what
Lord
I'm
Jesus,
saying?
yeah, I set myself up for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna make sure we get those butterflies out the way.
Okay, but I have on pants, guys. I got on pants, so.
Got you. I'm a little nervous. I feel like that condom that is in that 17-year-old virgin's wallet for like 2 years.
Wow.
He finally take it out, and it's just like I feel like that condom.
That's what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm trying to get myself together. This looks like we're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm stoked for this.
Me too.
Yeah.
So
So am I.
new beginnings.
Yes.
New beginnings, new topics, new guests.
Right.
You know.
Same old crazy foolishness. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. So
Who's going to address the elephant in the room, first of all?
what, my suit?
Nope. Well,
Oh,
the
wait.
suit and the fact that this season RL has to tone it down a bit because of work ethics.
You see the suit. You see the suit.
Yeah, that sucks. Guys. He always bring the crazy. So.
Yep. And make sure you drop your thoughts in the comments about him toning it down,
Forgive me. You know what's crazy? I'm talking to myself on the way here, and me and my wife and I we were texting today because I'm honestly thinking about just working for myself
Oh.
Okay.
because I really don't like the direction that companies are heading in when it comes to catering the 18-year-olds, and I'm saying between 18 and 24.
Right.
It's called Just Culture, right? And it's not what I'm used to. It's not what I came up on. It's not what I saw my parents go through as far as being working people in society.
Right.
When I first started working, if you were late one time, you could be fired.
Right.
Right.
We know that it's different now, and it's about to change even more because, they're just this new generation, this new crop that is coming in. I don't want to say they're weak, but they have way more excuses than we did.
Right.
And they feel like everybody should just stop, listen to me. This is what's going on in my life, and it should matter to you. And before in the workplace, it's like, you leave that at the door. When you clock in, you're an employee, and it's changing. And it haven't hit y'all department yet, but when it do, I mean, it's going to take some adjusting. It's going to take some time. That's why your boy in the suit.
You look good, by the way.
Thank you, your boy in
And the
suit.
socks.
And the socks. Amazon.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Right? And, I'm going to say some things. I just can't say what I used to say. I got to be nicer. I got to be kind to all walks of life, even though, and it's the part they kill me, it's my opinion. My opinion does not matter, but others now not matter more than mine,
Right.
to the point that it has affected laws.
Right.
Right? I'm knocking the mic over and everything. And that's just where, unfortunately, that's where I'm at. But don't get it twisted. If I don't like something, I'm going to say it.
Right.
Like Brandon Scott.
Let's talk about it.
Like Brandon Scott, we definitely got to jump into it. But, before we hit Brandon Scott,
Right.
we got to talk about Baltimore City. And when I say Baltimore City, we got to talk about the parents.
Yeah.
Before we talk about anyone else, we got to talk about the parents. You saw my post about a week ago.
That's right.
I had a friend Well, the post was, I put WTF Mervo because I go to Mervo. I'm an alum, and Mervo was one of the two schools where not one of the two schools, one of the schools where only one or two students are proficient in math, right? And I said, what the Mervo? You know what I mean? I'm like,
Right.
what's going on? Right? That's my school. But there are 23 other schools, if I'm not mistaken, that have no one proficient in math. It was
Right.
like high schools, middle and elementary schools. I was like, what the hell? What is going on? And a friend of mine that went to Mervo with me came at me. Now, it was his passion. You know, it was, that's just how he is. He's a passionate guy. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, oh, the alumni should be doing more. Y'all should have y'all hand involved. The only time we see y'all is at the homecoming games and the alumni parties, right? And in my mind, I'm thinking that's what I'm supposed to do. You understand what I'm saying? I'm buying T-shirts. I'm buying tickets. I'm supporting something. Don't know, but you're getting my money,
Right.
right? But I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Because I am a parent, you know, just like you guys are parents. Why are you questioning alumni? I don't have a kid to go to Mervo, right? My kid go to Poly. You know, my son graduated from Dunbar last year. My daughter graduated from Western a few years ago. Why ain't you talking to the parents
Right.
of these children who aren't proficient in math? Now, I get it. You got kids that aren't good with testing, right? Neither was I, right? But I found a way. But my parents were involved,
Right.
right? Just like I know you guys are.
Yep.
I'm not sure if you saw that.
No, I
That
didn't.
post.
No.
Yeah, you saw. I mean, it went crazy. It went crazy, right? And everybody's so quick. Oh, the alumni, and you know, we'll get to the politicians and our mayor and them good people in a second. But people tend to forget that hey, there's parents or guardians, whoever are overseeing these children. Those are the individuals that need to be held accountable
Right.
properly.
Right.
Right, because the whole post was he was talking about the alumni and the parents should be held accountable, but the comments was on fire. The comments was, no, it's the alumni that needs to be, to take care of this, and no, and I agreed with Ramon. It has to be the parents. As parents, you need to be involved in what your kid is doing. It all comes from home training. We were brought up differently. My son is brought up differently. You know what I mean? I make sure I'm there to pick him up after school. Make sure I'm alert. Train him to be alert. Stuff like that. A lot of these kids, it's crazy how much since, especially 2023, this new, semester, how much crap has happened just out of Mervo. We're not knocking Mervo alone. It happens in all the schools, but I know more of Mervo because my kids goes to Mervo. You know what I mean?
They've had a hard 6 months.
Yes.
Mervo's had a hard 6 months.
First week of school, man, it was crazy. That was nuts. I picked him up right at the same gate. We drove down Cold Spring, and here come police cars passing us. We're like, wow, something going on somewhere. Turns out later on, I read about it right where I picked him up.
But listen to what you said just now. What did you say?
What?
I picked him up.
Yep.
I picked my son up. You're involved.
Right.
You're involved.
But I think just this time with people and parents, I think because of a lot of parents are not in the home. That's number one. You got both parents working,
Right.
and now you got both parents working more than one job. So it leaves the children to really raise themselves. I was as they call it, latchkey kid, but my parents were still there. I was, but my parents were still there somewhat, like when they was not at work or whatever like that. But now you got children raising children, and it's worse these days. So to piggyback on what you're saying, the parents have to be there. I had to be there for my kids, and I had to work, and I worked 2 jobs at one time, but I still made time to be there for my children when I could. These days, it's the children really raising themselves. Like the streets are really truly raising the children.
And this is the thing. This is the difference between when we were coming up and we were asked to help. What if our siblings going to school or maybe pick up some extra chores because mom, if you single parent home or dad, whatever, they was working those jobs. The difference is those parents back in those days were working all those jobs or picking up all those shifts to pay bills, put food on the table. Today, 2023, nah, and not everybody. Nah, I ain't saying everyone. I'm saying something. I'm saying nice majority. They're working extra hours for BBLs, cars they really can't afford, to make sure their kid have the latest iPhone. Oh, that PlayStation 5, $1,100. I looked, I said, what are y'all, stupid? You'll spend $1,100 on PS5, but you're renting,
Right.
right?
Right.
So today's, not everyone, but a nice majority of people are putting their kids in this situation, these predicaments, because they want something that they can live without.
Yeah.
You
Right.
can live without a BBL.
Right.
It's all the priorities. Priorities in the wrong place.
And I'm gonna say something. Like, we had this conversation at work. One of the young ladies was talking about her getting her body done, and I went straight into this mode of, I asked her a couple of questions. I said, "Do you have money in the bank for your child, for like college and stuff like that?" And she just looked at me, and I'm like, "Y'all worrying about getting these bodies done, your breasts, your butt, all that kind of stuff, but you don't even have money put away for your child. Like, I don't understand that. Like, when you have all your ducks in a row, then do what you want to do with your money, because you work hard for it."
Right.
But I just want to ask the question, like, I get the glory of the look, but why is that so important these days? That I have this humongous backside, or my breast is like this, and whatever, whatever. And half the time we can't pay our rent, can't pay our bills. Like you said, we're in cars that we can't afford. I told somebody last week, he asked me, he was like, "You still driving that same car?" I said, "Yes." I said, because the mature Savonia is learning how to stay within her means. The young Savonia, I would have had about 3 cars before, by now. I say, my car is fine. It gets around. I take care of it, whatever the case may be. I don't need a new car right now. When I need one, I would get one. And that comes with maturity. I'm not spending money on stuff that I know I don't even need. So I look at this one girl Facebook page, and she got all the latest stuff. But it's like, and I look at, like you said, like, you don't even have a house. And then I look at where she live at, and I'm like, wow, you're spending money on all that, but you don't even have the house to put, for your child, or the money in the bank for your child. Like, we just looking and putting our money in all the wrong things.
But we want, so many of us, even though we put the money in the wrong places, we still want a certain level of respect and treatment. Like, oh no, don't worry about it. I'm doing that because, you should still respect me, and I should still be able to have and do. And it's funny. So, with the BBLs and stuff like that, 'cause I remember coming up in middle school, girls used to stuff their bras, right? Because they wanted, other girls was maturing. They wanted to mature because they wanted guys to look at them.
Right.
Women aren't even getting these BBLs for guys.
They get them for themselves.
They get them for themselves, and
Or
or to keep up with
another female.
another female.
Right.
Right. Now, I applaud you if you're doing it for your OnlyFans page, because you can make some money off of that. Right. Because, okay, I see what you're doing. Right. Oh, you sliding down the pole. I get that, because I'd rather see a nice sized butt slide down that pole. Right. You won't get that money back, but just to do it. And there's no financial gain. But you still got to, and see, the thing is, a lot of them, they realize after, they go through the process, you still got to kick out money, because you got to go ahead and get massaged or rubbed down, all that treatment it takes to keep it.
The aftercare.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
That's a lot of money.
And a lot of people go to Florida and do it, so they have to end up staying there for weeks
But that's
before
more
coming back
That's
home.
more important than a tutor. That's
Right.
what we were talking. So that's more important than a tutor.
Right.
Right? Your kid isn't proficient in math. Okay? Now, if your kid isn't proficient in math, there's going to be several things your kid ain't going to be good in when it comes to school. He ain't going to be good in science.
Right.
Right? You in Maryville, you know how many different trades require math?
Yeah.
Right? So if your kid, he's not proficient in math in high school, he probably wasn't proficient in math in middle school.
Right.
So we have parents ignoring what their child needs, because let's be honest, they made D passing.
Right.
They made D passing. And you got a lot of those parents. I went to school with them. They were celebrating. I remember when D was passed. I knew it wasn't passed in my house. You got a lot of those parents who kids are just like them. They didn't see anything wrong with their D's. Now you got their kids getting D's.
Yeah.
They don't see anything wrong with it. As long as you pass. Look at me. I'm doing okay. I'm working 80 hours a week. Not 80 hours in two. I'm working 80 hours a week. Look what we have. You're killing yourself.
Get that BBL. You're getting the D's.
You know what?
There we go. There we go.
We have a young mind in the room, sir.
He goes to Movo.
Oh, he goes Mervo. My bad.
Are you one of those two? Don't worry about it. We ain't going to put you on the spot. I'll take you somewhere later. We ain't too far from that one spot I told you about. I'm going to go ahead and get you taken care of, son. Y'all don't know what we talk about, but y'all be good.
Yeah.
But the parents, and I said this because the next day I did a video because I didn't respond to my buddy's comment on my page. 'Cause
Right.
I knew he didn't mean anything personal. So I waited a day before I responded to it. You saw that video too, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Listen to all these videos.
I don't know, Sav. You don't know what's going on.
You was working.
I think you don't like me or something. What's going on?
You was working, Sav. You got a whole show coming up. We're gonna talk about that after.
Yeah, we gonna talk about that.
Okay.
So, I went ahead and I spoke on it. And another part of this is you need the parents, but you need the parents to work with school administration. You can't assume or you can't expect these teachers
Right.
to hold these kids accountable. You got teachers in the classroom trying to survive. They know they got killers in the classroom, right? Like back in the day, Lake Clifton, you had certain schools you knew had killers.
Right.
Lake Clifton, what was it, Harbor City?
Yes.
Right? You knew you had some killers in those schools, right? They were
Yeah.
drug dealers, right?
Right.
You knew it, right? But it's in every school now. It's in every school now. And these teachers are younger. Like I want to say most teachers come out, graduate, got their little degree. They about 23, 24, right?
Right.
Man, these teachers like 22, 23. They're young. It's like they're straight from the cornfield. No knowledge of life. Just have never been bothered by a bad day. And they're thrown into these classrooms. And, oh, here you go, right here. Oh, yeah. You know, it's like, these are the kids that you hear about, you see on the news, but he's in your classroom, she's in your classroom. So you can't expect the teachers to really focus, right? You want them to do the best they can with what they're given from the city. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to say it, North Avenue sucks. The people down there suck. I can't think of your name. I spoke to you on the phone, but lady, you made that decision. You suck.
Who are you pointing at?
I'm pointing
camera.
whoever camera, I don't care. Point the
fans.
talking to Jesus,
Talking to
right? They do a horrible job when it comes to supporting these teachers.
Yeah.
And if you're not supporting the teachers, that means you're not supporting the children.
Children.
Right.
Absolutely.
So now you have the parents who they're not engaged. If the parents are engaged, the teachers would feel better, right? Because I seen the difference when my parents would come up for these meetings. You know, I seen the difference.
Right.
When my buddy's parents is here, you see the engagement. The teacher's face light up. It's like, I've been waiting to see your parent. They light up, but it's not to tell on you. It's to help.
Right.
It's to help you
To make you
don't-
better.
Yeah, and we don't have that. Now, the crazy thing is, you have parents who know that, like, they come to the schools, the straight A students. Those parents, because they want to hear the accolades. It's like, oh my God, yeah, I'm going to school. My son got a meeting tonight. I'm going up here, and
Right,
the teacher
right.
like, oh, your son is the greatest. Your son is the greatest. And the parent that know their kid need help, the troublemaker,
They ain't trying to show up.
I ain't trying to go up there. Boy.
You ain't gonna embarrass my ass in school.
But those are the ones that need to come.
And I'm glad you said that because my oldest daughter was my problem child in school. And they wanted to get rid of her. They was like, look, you come to school when you feel like it, da-da-da-da-da. But the one thing the man said to her was, the reason why we did not kick you out of the school because of your parents. Because your parents come up here and they are involved. And they involve where we need them to be involved as well. So, that is a true statement. Like, if you're not involved, your child is just going to fall through the wayside. So it's like, I don't know what people need to do these days, but they really need to start being involved in their children's school. So I don't know.
But it's different now with technology because, like, when our kids are going to school, there's apps and things where the parents are encouraged to be involved, and you can My wife gets all the homework
Oh, okay.
during the day. She gets what they didn't do in class, and she'll hit them up. Am I lying? She's gonna hit them up, and she's gonna go, hey, you didn't finish. You didn't do an assignment in this class. What happened? And then she'll make sure you finish that assignment. She's on them all the time, checking their assignments.
And your wife is at work doing it.
Exactly. She's at work running a whole store doing this, right? I'm asleep, of course, because I work the night shift. But I see it. I see it on the apps. I see that. I was like, man, my parents would have had to actually come to school. You don't even have to come to school anymore. Man, it's right there on the apps. And I mean, they went to Henderson Hopkins. There was an app for that. They went to what was the other school you guys went to? Roland Park. There's apps there. And then now he's in Mervo. She even has the teachers' phone numbers on speed dial. So you can call them up, the coach for wrestling, all that stuff. You know what I mean? She's involved. She's calling and talking. He says there's no wrestling today. I got to hear from the coach. You know what I mean? It's one of those. So she got to hear from the coach. If the coach says there's no wrestling, then there's no wrestling.
But
she's not going to believe him.
Go back to what you said. Y'all are tag teaming.
Exactly.
You pick someone up from school.
Right.
You sleep during the day because you work at night.
Right.
So mom is making sure, she's running the checklist, right? And that's all it takes.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm
all it
saying.
takes.
It's so easy because now the technology is there's apps, there's way you can communicate digitally, without even having to go to the school. You can keep in touch with it with the teachers. The teachers welcome this stuff. My sister, ex-host of the show, Alicia, Dr. Guyadine. But anyway, she's she's also involved, and she tells us, she said, we're waiting for parents to get involved. We're waiting for parents to reach out, and we give you all these resources as, from the school as parents, and you guys just got it. We can't make you do it. You got to do it.
Yeah.
They're too lazy.
Right. Somewhere in between Facebook and Instagram, jump in and see what your kid is doing at school.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
That's it. That's it. These parents are on social media more than their children are. Okay? Instagram, Facebook,
TikTok.
TikTok. You 40-something years old, you learn about TikTok, the latest TikTok trend.
Right.
I
TikTok, but I check on my kids.
Yeah, but you've cut back lately. You haven't even done it much. The pandemic is almost over, so you've cut back. Thank you, sir. I think we have a celebrity in the house. This man have over 1 million views in the shower.
Not the shower.
The shower TikTok.
The shower scene.
Oh my Lord, that one video, I didn't expect it to go that viral.
Yeah. Did you get any money for that?
No.
No OnlyFans. No OnlyFans.
I got winks. That's about it.
Your winks. Yeah, but it's we can solve so many of these issues if parents get back involved.
Right. Exactly.
Get back involved. And another thing is, these school delegates, right? I ain't gonna lie, I'm spoiled. I'm spoiled because my daughter went to Western. Oldest boy went to Dunbar, graduated last year. And middle son goes to Poly. So I'm spoiled.
Right.
I'm spoiled, right? But I had friends, like, I hate to do this to you, Mervo, right? Those are the guys you gotta, for parents, y'all gotta reach out to them. Find out who's making these rules, because Mervo is now a what do you call it? Zone school.
Exactly.
And it wasn't a zone school.
Nope.
Anybody can go to Mervo now. So guess what? Those kids from Lake Clifton, when it's not called Lake Clifton no more, but those kids, guess what? They can go to Mervo now. And guess what? Those kids' intentions have not changed. All you did was put them in Mervo in a workshop where they can make their guns now.
Right.
Right? They can go ahead and make this shank now.
Right.
You know what?
Right.
I know how to blow a car up
Wait
now.
a minute, the shank.
It come on now. It is what it is, unfortunately. Right? And where was the meeting on that? Like, and that's what I told my buddy. I'm like, nobody invited me to one of those meetings. I didn't get a call for that because I would have voted against it. Right? Because you have a lot of kids. You have a large number of kids. I don't believe it's a 50-50. I believe it's a 90-10. Right? You have 90% of these kids in the city. They want to go to school. They want to get a good education, and they want to live a prosperous life.
Absolutely.
You always have that 10%. Okay? It's just a large 10%. Okay? But when you start integrating these schools, now you're taking, like, there was a reason why kids were sent to Lake Clifton and Harbor City. There's a reason. Y'all want to go to jail every other month? Y'all can go to jail and educate us together.
Right.
Right? You don't put them in, I hate to say that, you don't mix them in.
Right.
You know, they don't take education serious. Their parents obviously don't take it serious.
Right.
So why would you do that? You know, I have a problem with that. But it comes from parents voting, being involved at the same time, the message getting out. See, and that's where the school official come into play.
Right. Right.
Why isn't this message getting out? How come you let this happen? Because if you ain't put the word out so parents can get involved, so parents can vote against it,
Right.
did you want this to happen?
Right.
What kind of financial seeding is this? Now that you're now a zone school, are you going to get more money? And if you're going to get more money, where is that money going to?
Right.
But we don't know. We don't know. You know why? Because when something horrible happened on these streets, Brandon Scott give about 10 seconds of,
I don't want to talk about that.
don't ask me no crazy shit.
Right.
That's exactly what he said. Don't ask me no crazy shit.
Yes, he did.
We're back out here. I thought Jack Young was special. Brandon got him beat. Right? And he's from Mervo.
Right. Hey,
Our mayor is from Mervo.
went to barber school.
Yeah. He missed a few classes. And
But just to spin off topic a little bit, but while we're on topic, would you guys say kids and their privacy? You think kids have privacy when it comes to your parent, your kid? How much privacy does that kid have? The reason I'm asking this,
What's the age limit?
the reason I'm asking is,
you know what I'm about to say. You know what I'm about to say, right?
The reason
Fuck
I'm
them kids.
right. The reason I ask is bag searches. I think a lot of issues with weapons and all this stuff and kids having guns and guns taken to school could be addressed if a parent just do a random search on your ass. If mom or dad is going to search your book bag
But
on your way to school,
children.
these guys get searched.
But children are smart. They're very smart. So if I know that you're searching my book bag, I'm gonna put it somewhere else.
What happened to the clear book bag policy?
Exactly. The clay in the netted bag.
Yeah, what
Yep.
happened? You got to see, they don't uphold it. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
exactly.
They just, oh no, they don't want to argue with the kids. They don't want to hold these kids accountable. And again, these teachers are scared.
Right.
Right? You walk up to a kid with a transport book bag, you can't see, let me check, you scared what you gonna fight for.
Exactly.
I mean, but go back to a lot of these teachers getting beat up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's why I couldn't work in the school system, because I'd probably be fighting every other day.
Right.
Because I don't care who child you are, you're not going to put your hands on me. But the whole point is that these teachers are scared to teach because they're getting into physical fights with these children.
Not even physical. Some of them can't even handle the verbal confrontation with some of these kids.
Yeah.
You trying to tell her, hey, Daryl, go sit down. Fuck you. It's like, God,
yeah, that's
get Daryl. We're going to go on to this kid over here.
But then it comes back to what you were saying about home, because we couldn't talk to adults like that.
Hell no.
No.
As my
no.
daughter said the other day, she posted something. It was supposed to be funny. She was like, I want to get my paycheck, so I'm going to go and tell my mother to slap me until next week. You know what I mean? Because we got slapped into next week.
Right.
So
she could get her paycheck.
Yeah. But, we got slapped into next week. And then the thing about it, the next door neighbor told on us, and the lady crossed the street, and then the teachers, it was like, but nobody wants to get involved.
But not only that, so you talking about the neighbors getting involved. Back when we grew up, my if he's my neighbor, he better not come to my father and tell my father, yo, your son was doing such and such and such.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna get my ass whooped. Now in this new generation,
Don't say nothing like
I'm coming at who the fuck are you coming at my kid, man? What the hell is wrong with you? We fighting. Come on now. You know what I mean? It takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how I grew up. I even got my ass whooped because another kid that looked like me ran into somebody's car and rode away on his bicycle. The guy comes to my house in the morning, and I'm in my bed, sleep. My father know I'm in the bed. Comes in, hey, Mr. Godding, hey, your son just ran into he's like, no, my son in the bed. I'm like, so he's like, he is? I'm like, yeah, you mean that other guy's son from Sunny? They knew exactly who it was. It's over. I'm glad he defended me. He come in there, if I ever see you do this, like, yo, I'm getting my ass chewed for some shit he did.
Right. I was in bed.
It was the opportunity to get you to get my ass right. I was like, I didn't even come out of bed. I still got my ass chewed though.
But it's like you said, it's an opportunity.
Right.
hey, look, don't do this. And it's not being done.
Right.
You know, take a look. Like I said, Merville's had a horrible 5 or 6 months outside of the killing. And then a week later, unfortunately, you know, we had a young student commit suicide. Then you turn around, you have the young girl got jumped in the school. Her mother drives her postal truck to Mervo,
Yes.
get out the postal truck, goes in Mervo, and start assisting her daughter, which, I mean,
She's trying to use that good job.
I'm quite sure she did. Can you imagine how many checks was in that? Anyway.
Right.
But it just goes to the mindset of these parents.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I've showed up to a school for my daughter because she was having issues, right? Do you know where I went? I got my daughter. I got the name of those individuals. And we all had a meeting in the principal office
Right.
with their parents like the next day,
Right.
right? What is fighting going to solve? What is it going to solve? I had an incident a few years ago on the football field when I was coaching. I had a parent walk up behind me at halftime, just disrespecting me because his son didn't play at halftime. My son is on the team. Of course, his son is on the team, but other kids on the team. I'm the head coach. And I've had enough of this guy. This guy has been was a pain in my butt for a minute. In my head, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to whoop his ass now. I look at my son, and I look at the other kids, but I look at my son. This is going to be a lasting image in his head forever, okay? If I fight him.
Right.
Now, if I don't fight him, my son will recall it, but it won't be an image burned into his skull, right? And a lot of these parents, they don't know how to hold back. They don't have any self-restraint themselves. So why would their children? And that's another issue. A lot of these parents need therapy. Should have had therapy, right? And hopefully someone that level will, hey, look, you might need to go see a specialist, you know, because it does affect the children.
It's not a good idea to go fight and get your ass whooped in front of your kid either.
No, and then lose your job.
Right. But I think it's not good. You know, it's not a good look to fight.
Period.
Yeah, in front of your children. One of my friends did that. We was on the phone and she was like, I got to go because my daughter out there fighting. So when she came back and she told me the story, and I asked, I said, well, why would you, as a mother, go out there and fight with your child? I didn't understand that. Like, some things that people do just don't make absolutely no sense to me.
Yeah,
And then the children, they're going to be playing the next day or a week from now. But you out there being a prime example of what a parent should not do. You know, I'm out there in the streets acting wild just like my child. You supposed to go out there and be someone else, showing her something else, you know, giving her the good guidance. And that's not what you're doing. You know, and she will always get upset with me, but it's like, I got to speak the truth. Like, I'm not getting out there in the middle of the street and fighting with my child. I'm just not going to do that, because if I'm the example, how can I be a leader and example if I'm out there acting like a monkey like you are? You know, so I don't know. I don't know why some grown-ups like doing that.
Because it was them. They say it. It was them. It was them. You know, I'm about to go in on my man now. But before I do, I'm gonna bring my people up. So I have a family member, you know, good friends with the mayor, and they're always defending the mayor. Always defending the mayor. Why don't y'all leave Brandon alone? He's doing the best he can, and all this good stuff, right? And I say this. Let me say this to my friends that are friends with Brandon. I'm not a friend of Brandon. I know Brandon. Brandon know who I am when he see me. Just because he your friend doesn't make him a good mayor. All right, doesn't make him a good politician.
Right.
Okay. Brandon spoke on a lot of things, and Brandon haven't done that one. Okay. What have you done
For me lately.
Yeah. What have you done? What have you done to help prevent some of these shootings, these killings? You know, where's the curfew? My cousin said, y'all be mad if he, you know, put out a curfew. He hasn't done it.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So what? People are mad. So what? Do a curfew. Right. Stop and frisk. People are gonna be mad. You know why we're doing it though. Okay, let's come on now. You know why we're doing it. More police. I remember right before the pandemic hit, we had police up and down Monument Street on the corners, everywhere.
Yep.
Walking. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what is going on? But you know what? I felt safer.
Yep.
I bet you everybody felt safer.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
I seen more Europeans. I seen more Vikings walking to the market. Okay.
Right.
All right. I seen them walking and they had no problem. They ain't never been down to the market to get a corned beef sandwich.
Right.
Right. And it just, I think maybe because of the pandemic, they did away with it.
Right.
Right. But at the end of the day, what have you done but collect a check? You've been collecting checks. You've been collecting checks. No check and balances. You just been collecting checks. Nothing. You know, and I'm gonna tell you. So, you know, my son was on the football team for Poly, the
Right.
Poly City game, and they wound up canceling
Yep.
the seasons. Right?
And that was a whole another scandal in itself.
Oh yeah. So they interviewed Brandon Scott, and he's like, "Well, hopefully these young people learn from their mistakes and go on to be." And I'm like, "Dude, are you serious? You
Right.
didn't like." You weren't even involved, so why are you speaking on it? You did nothing to help these young people.
But if he paid attention to it or looked at it or even did his research, he'd realize it had really nothing to do with the kids that much.
Nothing.
Nothing. The
Nothing.
kids were the victims in this thing.
I can't remember the lady's name, but
Right.
she's awful too, right? And it just seemed like that. You know, he'll speak on something, and that's it. There is no completion with this brother in office.
Right.
You know, he'll speak on starting something. We don't know if it will get started.
Right.
You can have a town hall meeting. He probably ain't coming. There's another killing. You got reporters out. They're going to ask you the same question. You tell them, don't ask me this time, stupid shit. Like, dude, you are the mayor.
It was like really crazy when I saw that. I was like, did he just okay, so that's how we gonna get down right now, Brandon? Like I was like shocked. I was like, really? Like we have children dying every day and you need to address it and you need to do something about it.
Right.
You know, get the community to get something and that's your take on it.
And stop blaming Popeyes.
Right, and because you're frustrated, but the community is frustrated. Parents are frustrated.
Right.
People that care is frustrated. Old women that can't walk to the store is
Do
frustrated.
you know how dejected I would feel if it was my kid that got shot? I turn on the news and I see that's his response.
Exactly.
Now he'll say, well, there was a 2-3 minute interview. They only showed 10 seconds of it. But it's easy to just grab something like that because that's what you're known for.
Yes.
You know,
Exactly.
that's what you're known for, right? You don't help anybody. What are you doing?
Right.
What is your purpose? You, and was it the chief of police? All that money they're getting, right? And nothing's changed. And people say, oh, well, killings have been in the 300s since the 90s. You're right. It has been. It has been. And, it wasn't my fault in the 90s. It was my fault in the 2000s.
Right.
Because I'm a
Right.
Democrat. I'm not a Democrat no more. I'm a Republican. Well, it depends on
What day it is?
what day it is. But I'm more Republican now than I was 10 years ago,
Right. Right.
right?
Right.
Because something has to change.
Yeah.
Something has to give. The Democrats, it's kind of almost like I'm starting to see it now. Like I'm sitting back, I'm like, ain't nothing changing, but they keep on saying there's going to be some kind of change. I'm looking, I'm like, the change is coming. I'm 44. Okay? You know what changed?
Your age.
Me not needing Viagra and me needing Viagra. That's what's changed.
That's the biggest change.
That's the biggest change in my
Okay.
life. Okay?
Welcome to the corporate RL.
Yeah, I'd have said penis, but or something else. But I'm changing, but nothing's changing around me, which means, and it makes me feel sad
Yeah.
because nothing's changing for my children, and my children are getting older. And are they going to be as blessed as I am when it comes to not getting that phone call? It's almost like, oh my God, please don't let my family's luck run out.
Right.
Because I don't have anybody really looking out for not just my family, but your family as well.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of changes that needs to happen in Baltimore City. It's from policing, the methods of policing. If you go back to some of the old things like foot patrol, get out your goddamn mobile, get out your damn police car, walk through the community, talk to people. You know what I mean? When I was police, because I used to be, when I was cop, we walked through the communities. I knew, there's a fight going on in here, and Savvy's the one wilding out. I know savvy. I know she don't go off. You know what I mean? Because I'm a cop. Cops would go for the person that's wilding out the most, right? That's your job. You're focusing on the aggressor. But me now being, doing community policing, I know savvy. Yo, what's up? You don't usually act this way. What happened?
Right.
Now I'm getting to the root cause of what happened and not just picking up the first aggressor that I see. You understand what I'm saying? It's a difference when you actually know the players, the kids in the community, you know these people in the communities. They need to like reintroduce housing police, get units that are, particular to these projects or whatever, go through there. Don't just drive through and you're looking for bad stuff. Go get involved, do stuff. We made basketball courts. We revamped the basketball courts with the kids. We had kids program. We had a whole volleyball program for a whole bunch of these kids, and it brought the communities together.
They said there's no funding. Remember the Powell Center?
Right.
Remember the Powell
Yeah,
Center?
absolutely.
There's no funding.
We got the funding from housing. That's what you got to figure out ways to get. We knew how to write grants and all that stuff. I mean, there's many ways, People are easy to make excuses, but you can do it. The police over here, they're not doing that crap. I drive by and I guess with my police eye, I see things going on and I'm seeing a police car and I'm like, you're not going to address that? Man, no wonder people say fuck the cops. I hate cops. I used to be one. I hate cops now because geez, they not doing what a lot of these cops in there get the job because they're getting it for the benefits. There's not a lot of police that going out there because they want to change.
Easy $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
Easy $100,000.
Yep.
And I never believed in, was it 6 months?
Right.
I don't believe in that. You can't educate somebody on being a law official in 6 months.
Right.
If you go overseas, right, I want to say it's 18 months, right? I want to say it was Scotland or somewhere like that because they don't even carry guns,
Right.
Yeah.
right? So it's 18 months to be a law official. You don't even carry a gun.
And like that makes you think. Like here in America you do, and there you don't. So where's the disconnect? Like
And the bad thing about here in America, the guns you carry is a pea shooter compared to what the
Yeah.
other guys are carrying.
Yeah.
Your gun still doesn't even mount up to what these street guys are carrying.
Not at all.
Yeah.
You gonna bring a pistol to a machine gun fight?
And that's why I'm happy about the governor, our new governor.
Right.
Because, well, hold on.
Right.
I'm happy about what he said.
Say,
We gotta wait to see what he
does.
Right.
Right.
Because he's speaking on the whole gun thing. Like, hey, look.
But
no
they
more.
all do though.
They all do. They all do. So, but he's from Baltimore. Well, then again, Brandon is too. So I guess to
Right.
help with both of them, we'll just have to wait and see.
Right. So and that's my thing. Like I don't get all excited until I start seeing them do stuff.
Right.
To things start manifesting, because it's like you sit back and you listen to them all, and they all got the same old song. We doing the same old dance.
Right.
One want to take you on the floor and flip you this way. One want to take you on the floor and dip you this way. But
We still talking about politics?
yes, but I want you to take me on the floor and dip me another way. Like I don't know. So keep your
All this dipping, man. Damn.
right. So my whole thing is, it's like I need to see what you going to do. Like they say, put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah, absolutely,
so-
absolutely. And these are large checks. I want people to understand that these politicians, just because they don't win the next election, they still get the same amount of money every year. When we get an increase when it comes to cost of living, they get one too.
Right.
Right? They get a little bit more.
I gotta say they get a lot more.
Yeah, they get a little bit more. And it's funny how the Democrats, right? They always crying about, what the Republicans want to do with the tax and all of that, brackets and all that. But they're in that higher tax bracket. So, they really don't care
Right. Right.
when they get those tax breaks. 'Cause I don't hear anybody giving any money back or anything like that. And my girl, take a look at my girl Mosby. Right.
They tearing her up.
They tearing her up, man. I'm telling you, she's getting it from all directions, man.
Yes, Lord.
She's getting it from all, like Nick should be jealous right now. She got so many coming to her. I know he can't keep up.
I know. I know.
It's just awful. It's awful.
But why is that though?
You playing a politician's game. You playing it for a long time, and then all of a sudden you want to change or play by your own set of rules. And you're a black girl. I say she's a black woman, but in their eyes, you're a black girl. We're gonna make sure we
Make an example.
make an example of you.
Not only that, Baltimore has a history of black women politicians.
I ain't gonna say, but I didn't want to say it.
Right.
No,
Just,
go ahead.
we have a whole.
I didn't want to say it
Say it.
because
It's just
she's
bad.
Because she's still my girl.
Right.
Let me tell you something. You can't talk bad about Sheila. Dude.
Nope. Can't talk bad about Sheila.
Sheila. Now the other one, the one that was in there, that alien,
The one after her?
the one after her with the book.
With the books.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
she awful, man. She awful, man. I'll talk bad, but you can't talk bad about Sheila
I
Dixon.
watched the documentary on that whole situation. I was like, wow. It was deep. It was deep. I said, Lord.
How you not know?
Right, exactly.
But we got a couple more minutes, so I guess we could start, addressing what we got coming up next, and
You
following
might-
shows.
You may as well address that because I don't know what we got coming up next.
So when we left off, you were working on your book. Where's that status?
Hey, look, right? I'm working on these kids.
All right.
I'm getting them out the house.
So you got new chapters.
New chapters. Hey, look, people. Let me tell you something. It's not a game. I have put my kids first.
Right.
You know this.
Right.
I know,
Right.
Right. And it's been a full-time job getting both of them into college.
Right,
AJ
right.
is ROTC at Morgan. He comes home in May, starts Morgan in August. Jason goes to Minnesota to play football in August.
Right.
Our oldest is getting married in July. We got a lot going on. So all of my projects I had to put to the wayside, which is cool because I can't focus anyway. I need to make sure mine is good.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because if they're good, I know they ain't going to come back home.
Right. If you guys follow RL on his Instagram and all that stuff, it's been a journey. He's on that parental journey of securing his kid's future.
Me and the
That's
wife. I'm
commendable.
not doing it by myself. I'm
Yep.
not doing it by myself.
Yep.
Me and the wife.
It's commendable. Savvy, what you got? I know you got a show coming up.
Yes. So first of all, my show is May 13th. It's called Fashion Statement 3. I cannot wait. So tickets on sale as we speak, Eventbrite/Fashion Statement 3. Then I have a show the following week. It's called the Sneaker Her Show. Shout out to Mr. Tony with that one. And, I'm still doing my manager thing. Shout out to, what?
You said Mr. Tony?
Yeah, his name.
We met him, right? That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talk a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Shout out to Lamont Elliott and BRM Stunting, two of my clients, and I got some other things in work, but that's what I'm working on right now.
Right.
So if y'all new to this, my Instagram, you can follow me on Savvy Events Brand. I'm on Instagram and Savonia McIntosh on Facebook.
Go ahead, girl.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, wait a minute. And at my fashion show, I'm coming out with my new lingerie line.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm
And
so
who
excited
modeling?
about that. Huh?
Who's the model?
It's gonna be all different kind of but I'm modeling my show this year. So I'm modeling part of the lingerie line and I'm modeling something else, but yeah.
Hey, look. I bring the Viagra, you bring the Blue Chew, dog.
These two.
Hymns. Anyway, for all my Caribbean fans, I'm with Trini Spice FM. The station is rocking right now because right now tonight is Monday night carnival in Trinidad right now. So it's Monday and Tuesday carnival. This is Trinidad's carnival. So Trinidad, everybody's covered in paint. They drunk. It's wet. It's dirty. Everybody's, down there having a ball. The station's been pumping brand new Caribbean music. I just redid the app on it. So you guys got to check out the app. There's more stuff on the app. I updated it. You can download it on the iOS, store as well as your Google Play. And Google has a new thing now. I forgot what it is, but it's called. But I'm also on that. But I'm on your Alexa devices, all that stuff. Just look up Trini Spice FM. Check out the website www.trinispicefm.com. We got a lot of stuff going on.
I got
And with that-
I got to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Is it true
Uh-huh.
that if you get somebody pregnant during carnival season, you can't be held accountable for child support?
What?
Well, Trinidad has no child support, really.
So it's true.
Trinidad, there really is no child support. You take care of your kid, or the village come after you.
Oh, wow.
But I think we got a couple more minutes now. I guess we wrap it up. See you guys next week. I guess is not we don't
know. No, not next week.
next week. Every other week. That's what we're doing the show
And
now.
this is just so we can get a feel to get back acclimated to
Right.
coming out, being in the studio. As you guys know, I had both of y'all on my show before, right? So the studio is where this was originally
Original.
supposed to be. We went to your house.
Yep.
But it was supposed to be in the studio, and then the pandemic hit. So we're trying to get our legs back underneath us.
Yeah,
Right.
I feel really good about the night, though.
All right.
Yeah,
Me
yeah.
too.
Feel really
Me too.
good about
Me
the
too.
night. Y'all look good. Y'all sound good, man. I'm just so happy to be with you
I'm
guys
not wearing
again.
this shirt next time.
I can't.
You ain't gonna wear a shirt next time.
I said I'm not wearing this shirt. So
Oh, damn. Anyway.
you had to wash that poor little guy mine out.
I ain't not. We about to go downtown, dog. We right there. The
Don't
2
let
o'clock-
him get a hold
Hey.
of your son.
8 o'clock, the 2 o'clock club, man. $15. $15 make a holler.
So I mean,
right.
I do feel good. I do. Like I said,
Yeah.
I was a little nervous. I don't know why, but I was a little nervous coming on today.
Like first time, like just put the tip in. Just put the tip in. You know. You got there yet? We'll talk about that later, son.
Want to give a special shout out to Digital Empath Studios.
Absolutely.
yes.
Letting us have
Thank
this
you.
area.
Yes,
You know,
yes,
got to give you all a plug.
Yeah,
Thanks for the engineer. We're definitely not used to having the engineer
Right,
outside of you.
right,
So
right.
thank you to her. She got on my socks. She went to Amazon too. Yeah, she
It
got.
was a threefer. Like
No, that like 18 in a pack, something crazy. Like, look, she's shaking her head. Yeah,
Right.
like 18 in a pack for like.
It's about that
99.
time. Earl, you want to shut us down?
Hey, look, we want to thank y'all for continuing to ride with us, rock with us. You know,
Right.
Feels good to be back. Glad to be back. I want to thank Savvy and my man DJ PRS1. I'm your boy RL. Until next time, peace.